In an era where busyness is worshipped as a badge of honor, we find ourselves trapped in a relentless cycle of production and endless burnout. We run faster and faster, yet the finish line seems to move further away with every step we take toward our perceived professional success. The modern world demands more of our energy, shouting labels of hustle and grind until the noise becomes a deafening roar in our minds. Why is it that the harder we push against the walls of life, the more exhausted we become without actually moving any closer to peace? Perhaps the answer lies not in doing more, but in understanding a profound ancient paradox that challenges everything we know about achieving our goals. Enter the world of Wu Wei, an ancient Chinese philosophy that teaches us the supreme power of non-doing and the art of effortless action. Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, observed that nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished perfectly without any sense of forced struggle. To master your life, you must learn to stop fighting the current. Let us explore why the person who stops trying is the one who gains. Wu Wei is often mistranslated as doing nothing. In reality, it describes a state of acting in total harmony with the natural order of things. It is the difference between forcing a result through sheer willpower and allowing a result to manifest through alignment and deep intuitive understanding. Think of an athlete or artist in a state of flow. They aren't thinking about their moves. They have become the movement itself, entirely one. In this state, the ego vanishes. There is no friction between the mind and the task, resulting in a performance that feels entirely natural. The Tao Te Ching teaches us that by being at peace with the way things are, we find the most effective path forward. Consider the tree. It doesn't stress about reaching the sun. It simply grows according to its nature, reaching its full height without any anxiety. Nature is the ultimate practitioner of Wu Wei. It is productive, beautiful, and powerful, yet it never seems to be in a rush. Wu Wei is not laziness. It is the art of choosing the right moment to act, with the minimum effort required for maximum impact. When you align yourself with the Tao, or the Way, you use the energy of the universe to propel you, rather than your own limited strength. It is about yielding to overcome, and being soft to remain strong. This philosophy invites us to rethink our definition of hard work and grit. By releasing our grip on the outcome, we actually gain more control over our internal state, which is the foundation of all external success. The universe operates on balance. When we push too hard, we create an equal and opposite resistance that blocks our progress and drains us. The archer who tries too hard to hit the bullseye misses the target. The one who forgets the prize becomes the master of the bow. Every movement in Wu Wei is intentional, but not forced. It is the wisdom to know when to speak and when to remain silent. Let's dive deeper into the primary symbol of this philosophy, the humble and invincible power of water, which flows through all things. Lao Tzu famously said that nothing is softer or more flexible than water, yet nothing can resist it when it moves with purpose. When water encounters an obstacle, it doesn't get angry or try to smash through it with brute force. It simply finds a way around. It is adaptable. It takes the shape of whatever vessel it is in, yet it never loses its fundamental nature or its destination. Over time, the soft water wears away the hardest rock. This is the victory of the weak over the strong and the flexible over the rigid. In our lives, we often act like the rock, rigid, unyielding, and prone to breaking under the immense pressure of our own high expectations. To practice Wu Wei is to become like water. We must learn to flow with the circumstances of our lives rather than fighting them. The waterfall has immense power, but that power comes from gravity and the natural flow, not from the water trying to fall harder. When we stop resisting the reality of our situation, we stop wasting energy on frustration and start seeing the hidden paths available to us. Rigidity leads to brittleness. In a storm, the stiff oak tree snaps, while the flexible willow bends and survives to see the sun. Are you rowing against the current of your life, or are you using the natural momentum of your talents and opportunities to move forward? The leaf doesn't decide where to go. It trusts the stream. This trust allows it to travel miles without ever feeling any sense of fatigue. By conserving our energy and acting only when the timing is perfect, we achieve results that seem miraculous to those who are constantly struggling. This is the essence of effortless power.
It is quiet, it is persistent, and it is ultimately much more effective than the loudest noise. Tai Chi is the physical embodiment of water wisdom. It uses the opponent's strength against them by yielding and redirecting the energy. Now, let's compare this ancient wisdom to the modern culture that tells us we must fight for everything we want to achieve. Hustle culture tells us that if we aren't exhausted, we aren't working hard enough. It equates suffering with success and busyness with value. We become like Sisyphus, pushing a heavy rock up a hill, only to have it roll back down the moment we stop to breathe. This constant forcing leads to burnout, a state where our creative fire is extinguished by the very effort we use to sustain it. Research shows that overworking leads to diminishing returns. Our brains lose the ability to innovate when they are constantly in a state of stress. We are obsessed with time management, but we ignore energy management. We try to control the external, while our internal world is chaotic. Wu Wei offers a different path. It suggests that by doing less of the wrong things, we have more energy for the right things. The more we try to force a relationship, a career move, or a creative breakthrough, the more the world seems to push back against us. In silence and stillness, we often find the answers that eluded us during our most frantic moments of searching and seeking. When you stop forcing, you start noticing the subtle opportunities that were always there, hidden by the noise of your own frantic efforts. True mastery looks easy. It looks like the person isn't even trying because they have harmonized their skill with the rhythm of the moment. Simplification is the ultimate sophistication. Wu Wei is the process of stripping away the unnecessary until only the essential remains in focus. The sun doesn't try to set. It simply follows the path of the earth. Everything in the universe works this way, except for humans. We are the only creatures who think we can improve upon nature by working against it. Wu Wei is the return to sanity. By choosing to stop the constant struggle, we allow our internal compass to recalibrate and point us toward our true, effortless north. So how can we practically apply this ancient wisdom to our modern, busy lives? There are 3 simple steps to start today. Step 1 is to listen to your intuition. We often know the right path, but we drown it out with logic and societal expectations. Trust the quiet voice inside that tells you when to push and when to rest. Your body knows the rhythm better than your calendar. Step 2 is to remove resistance. Identify the areas in your life where you are forcing things that simply aren't meant to be right now. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is stop doing what isn't working. This creates the space for a better solution to emerge. Step 3 is to trust the process. A gardener doesn't pull on a plant to make it grow faster. They provide the right environment. Nature has its own timeline. By aligning with that timeline, you allow things to mature at their own pace, leading to lasting results. Practice being okay with empty space. The usefulness of a cup comes from its emptiness. The usefulness of your life comes from your stillness. You can be active in the world without being of the world's chaos. This is the secret of the sage living in the city. Work with your natural strengths rather than trying to fix all your weaknesses. Water flows through the valley. It doesn't climb the peak. Apply Wu Wei to your relationships. Stop trying to change people and start accepting them as they are. Watch how the dynamic shifts. Be like the eagle. It uses the wind's power to stay aloft. It is highly active and observant, yet it expends very little effort. Reflect on your day. Where did you force? Where did you flow? Awareness is the first step toward living a life of effortless action. Let go of the need to be right, the need to be seen, and the need to be in control. These are the weights slowing you down. When the water is still, it reflects the truth of the sky. When your mind is still, it reflects the truth of your soul. By practicing these 3 steps, you move from a life of exhausting effort to a life of graceful and abundant achievement. As we reach the end of our journey, remember that the most powerful thing you can do is often to stop doing anything at all. When you align with the natural flow, you gain the support of the entire universe. You no longer have to carry the world alone. The paradox is simple. When you stop trying to become everything, you finally have the space to receive everything that is already yours. Lao Tzu's final promise is that by practicing non-action, there is nothing that cannot be achieved.
The world is won by those who let go. Let your life bloom like a flower, not by trying to be beautiful, but by simply following the natural design within you. Take a breath, release your grip, and trust that the path will reveal itself. You don't have to find the way, you are the way. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but sometimes that step is simply to stand still and just be.